Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Daylight. So in this video we are going to discuss about a particular practice of covering our head and the body. So when I say covering the head and body, I know where people might go, normally to Islam, because that is where you can see people covering their head and the entire body, right? So we will be discussing about the practice of covering the head and the human body and what is the reason for us to do so. Before we even speak anything, I would like everyone to understand one thing. It is said that we've been given this human body, okay? Specifically, we've been given this human body so that we can experience God, okay? So, the purpose of taking a human life is basically to go on a spiritual journey to get spiritual enlightenment so that you can experience God. It is also said that only with this human body you can experience God. Okay, without the body, you will not be able to experience the God. So that is the reason we need to protect this body, okay, as much as possible. It is said that you need to protect this body like gold. Let's say you're like 70 kilogram of weight, and if I give you a 70 kilogram of gold, how would you protect it? So that much of care you need to show on this human body, because this body is so important when it comes to a spiritual journey. So that is the reason we've been given certain practices, and the covering of head and body is one such practice that has been given to us by our ancestors. So basically the reason behind these practices have been kept a secret by yogis and gurus. If you want to understand the reason, if you want to know the secret, you may have to go and study under that particular guru for like 10-15 years before they could even reveal a small amount of details to you. These things have been kept a secret by the spiritual gurus or the yogis, but then they've been revealed later on. They've been revealed one by one. That is the reason many people are not aware on why we need to do such practices. Normally, when speaking about spiritual enlightenment, what happened is that people usually isolate themselves from family. They go to forest and they start meditating. So they meditate, and then what happens is they attain a particular level where they are capable of experiencing other life forms. They are capable of experiencing God. They are basically all the time they are on a spiritual journey towards enlightenment. But then what about people who are in a family life? Okay, we get married and we live with the family. We don't do meditation like them. We don't isolate ourselves from family. So does it mean that we don't have the right to attain the spiritual enlightenment? We do have the right as well, right? We do have the rights to do that, because we are basically in family. Doesn't mean that we are going against God. Okay, we are only doing what the nature tells us to do. It is nature. It is natural that we are attracted to each other. We get married and we are starting a family. We have a kid. So on, the generation goes by. So it doesn't mean that we don't have the right to attain the spiritual level. So what happened is, so our ancestors, when I say our ancestors, the yogis and gurus, as I already mentioned you, they also gave us few instructions on ways and methods through which we can protect this human body, and also we can also ascend to the next level of spiritual enlightenment. So those ways, right? And one particular way of protecting our body is to cover your head and your body. So that is the main reason why I think Islam also have the same method of covering the head and their body. But then when people speak about the reason, what they say is that modesty and privacy. Yes, I understand modesty and privacy. When you speak in general terms, yes, modesty and privacy are the reasons. But then when you look deeper, when you look from a spiritual standpoint, when you look from a religious standpoint, see, religion is not something in general. Religion is formed to help us with the spiritual journey, to help us with the spiritual enlightenment. So when you think from that standpoint, I think privacy and modesty are just like superficial reasons. They are not the main reason why such a rule has been imposed. Okay, I would say the main reason is to protect this body. So how are we protecting our body? By just covering the head and your body. Now let us get into the reason on why such a practice is in existence. Normally, in our body, we need nutrition to nourish this body, right? We need nutrition. And what happens is, in our body, there are places where these nutrient substances are stored. For a woman, there are 4 places where this nutrient substance is stored. And then for a man, there are like 3 places. And the three places I told for men, right, they are like common for both men and women. Okay, so the first place where the nutrient substance is stored in our body is the head region, basically the brain. Okay, and the second place is the navel region. Okay, the navel region. And the third place is your reproductive system. These three places are rich in nutrient content, the nutrient substance. And there is one additional place for women, that is the breast region. So now you understand why it is said that women need to cover the head and the chest region. They should also be covering the entire body, because you cannot give a separate piece of clothing for head, for chest, for your navel region, for your private part, right? That would be absurd. That is the reason it is said that they need to cover the entire body. So, and also for males, they need to cover the head, and they definitely need to cover the region from navel to their knees. So now you understand why they are covering the entire body, right? So what happens if you don't cover the body? Normally, when you expose your body to high temperature, okay, not even high temperature, when you expose your body to heat or even cold temperatures, or even extreme wind, when there is an extreme wind, when you're going to expose your body, what will happen is these nutrient substance, right, they tend to evaporate and they are destroyed. So the main reason why we need to cover our head and body is because we have the nutrients there, and these nutrients needs to be protected. When you expose them to heat or light, when you expose them to heat or cold temperatures, or even when you expose them to windy conditions, they tend to destroy. They tend to get destroyed. They tend to evaporate. Have you seen that Glucon-D advertisement where the sun, it just puts a straw in the person's head and it takes all the energy? Something like that would happen, because these nutrients are very important when it comes to your physical and mental health, and also for your spiritual journey. So we need to conserve that. Also, there is one more reason why you need to cover your body and your head. We will not be discussing that in this video. We will make a separate video on that in future. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and if you think the video is interesting, kindly do like, share and subscribe to our channel. And thank you so much, and I will meet you again in another interesting video. Until then, take care. Bye.